J12 here, and we're going to do the first start today of the GS Racing Conqueror, which is 1 night scale nitro powered rally truck. It's a beautiful looking vehicle, and it's been a few weeks since I received it and only just got round to starting it for the very first time. This is first start tutorial, how to start it for the very first time, and in the next video we will actually do full break-in procedure of how to break in the engine. First thing you need to do is remove the body shell here, and because this is a new vehicle, I'm going to recommend, like always, that you go over the vehicle and check all of these screws are securely fastened. All of these Phillip head ones here are securely fastened on the chassis, and then turning it over again, all of these ones are securely fastened as well. But do not touch your high-speed needle or your low-speed needle just yet. So what we need to do now is install 4 AA size batteries into the radio system. This radio system only takes 4 AA batteries. Be sure to use good quality ones or rechargeables if possible. Turn it on, check that it works, and on this particular radio system you have a voltage guide here as well to tell you how charged your batteries are inside your transmitter. Okay, now it's time to install our receiver batteries. Okay, the receiver batteries are housed just in here, so to remove that cover we need a Phillips screwdriver and simply remove it. Now, as you can see here, there is space for 4 AA batteries to be installed, but I'm actually not going to use 4 AA batteries. I'm going to remove this, and I recommend you actually buy a hump pack battery like this one. These provide much better current to the receivers, and they last much longer as well. So I highly recommend, and actually in the long run you won't be buying more batteries. Because you can just keep recharging this one over and over again, which is much more economical in the long run. Okay, so once the receiver battery is installed, make sure the radio's on. Now flick the on-off switch on to turn the radio system on, and simply pull your trigger. You can see here, pull the trigger and observe the carb opening gap, make sure it's opening properly. Okay, and then turn the steering left and right and just check that it's working properly. Okay, now what we need to do is fuel up the tank. I'm using 25% nitro for this one, and I'm using Tornado brand fuel. I'm not going to fill the filler bottle all the way. I'm just going to fill it enough. Okay, just enough for use for today. Now I'm going to fill the tank. Don't overfill it. Okay. And now it's time to prime the engine. Now often this is a Team Infinity 18 engine, and often they can be very stiff to pull when to start with. So I recommend you loosen the glow plug slightly, just a little bit, not too much, and then you can see that has made the pull start much easier to pull. Before we go ahead, insert the igniter and start the engine, just check that your throttle gap isn't too big. It should be just 1.5 millimeters open. To check this, you can remove the air filter and check the gap inside the carburetor isn't too big. Okay, now it's time to prime the engine. It's going to be a little bit fiddly because this has a rear exhaust engine. Remember, we need to block the exhaust and pull the starter to prime it. So let's do it this way. Block the exhaust. And there you go, it's primed just like that. Now tighten up the glow plug a little bit more. Okay, and now we can go ahead, insert the igniter and start the engine for the very first time.